Hi all, let's do some more Paint 3D. So we'll start it up. I have the icon here on my taskbar. Here's our splash screen. Let's say start a new one. And I wanted to go over this guy here. This says effects. When we hover over that, it says effects, and then this pane on the right hand side comes up. I think what they're trying to do is simulate some type of lighting. In 3D, lighting is a big deal. Like when you create an object, or let's say you're standing outside and the sun's up, what side is the sun hitting your face? Are you lit up from this side, or is the sun coming from this side? Where is the lighting? And then what color? The sun's yellow. If it's nighttime, you'll have a darker color. So I think that's kind of what they're trying to do here. Okay, so to have something to work with, let's just create a cube, and I'm going to go with a black color. I think that would work best to see the color lighting effects. Maybe not. We'll see what happens. And just so we can see the different angles, we'll go like this. Okay. So then we click effects, and let's just start with the first one here. See, if we move this guy around, you can see the canvas changes color. Okay, now you notice the outside the canvas though, the area outside the canvas, that's not changing color. Okay, and then what's more important is when the lighting changes on the canvas, how is that lighting affecting the cube? So it doesn't really seem to be affecting it much here. Maybe gets a little brighter, but not much. So let's select the second one and see what happens. Now as soon as we selected the second one, the area around the canvas turned lavender. So if we roll this around now, what's happening? Not much, huh? Let's try the third one. So if we roll this around, we can definitely see some changes in the cube now. The color of the canvas seems to be slightly changing. So normally, this seems like it would be like a light. Like the light would be coming down from here. Okay, so normally this light would mean what direction is the light coming from. But it doesn't look like that's what they're doing here. So let's just click through a few of these and see what it does. So it's just kind of changing the shade of the canvas. This one doesn't seem like it's doing much. This one is light green. Might just barely changing the shade of the canvas. Not much of a difference though. But I'm thinking that's what they're after with this tool, is some type of lighting effect. Some seem to work better. See, like this one seems to work pretty good. See how it's changing the color of the one side of the cube. There's changing the side of the other cube. There it's changing the color of the one side of the cube. So some seem to work better than others. This one's changing this side. Here it's changing the other side. So you would think this would change the bottom. So it's just a matter of playing with these and see what they do. Okay, let's try it with a different shape. Let's try it with a fish. You can kind of see the lighting move around on the front of the fish. Now it's on this side. You see that little light on his forehead? Now it's over on the other side. See the lights on the left side of his head. Now it's over on the right side. Let's change this like this and see what happens. So now the light is more on the right. Now it's kind of on the left. So it's a subtle change, but the lighting gives a subtle effect, so it's a more realistic picture, and it's not just a solid color. See there, it's over on the right. Now it's over on the left. But here it's kind of in the middle, more toward the right, and here it's over more like on the left side. Okay, let's try another shape. Let's see here. This says get more models. Let's see what that does. Oh, it just brings you out the remix. So let's try it with the let's try it with the apple. Let's try it with the apple. Whoa. So back to the lighting. It's a real subtle change on the apple. Well, there it's more, you can kind of see a shadow there. We'll try a different color. Some objects work better than others. Check out the light on the leaf. That's really nice. Okay, so I think you get the idea there. Okay, so let's create a new one. Something I wanted to go over was this 3D space. So I have a few graphics here. See, when we have our when we create a picture, just a flat paint file, it's just a flat piece of paper. In general, this bottom point here, that's thought of as 0, 0. Okay? And then as you move up this way to the right, it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then going up here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this way is called the x-axis, A-X-I-S. That's just x, this is y. Okay, so this point here is point 0, 0. That's your starting point. Okay, just follow me here. We're as we get into the other pictures, then this will make more sense. So then if we go to number 2, this is our second picture. You can see here on the x-axis we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going straight out x, and we're not going up any. Okay, so y is going up, so y always stays 0. So this one, that dot right here would be 1, 0, right? 1 over and none up. This dot here would be 2 over and none up. That's how we get 2, 0. This one here is 3 over and 0 up. That's how we get 3, 0. This one here, 4 over, 0 up, 5 over, 0 up. Okay, so it's an x and y number. Okay, so now if we add the y, see, y is up. So now if we do the same thing, x isn't changing, right? X is still 0. So now we have 0, 1. X stays the same, but 1 up. 0, 1. 0, 2. X stays the same, but going 2 up. X stays the same, 3 up. X stays the same, and 4 up. Okay, so it's the XY thing. So like if we had a dot like here, if we had a dot right here, that would be 4, 3. 4, 3. X would be 4, Y would be 3. 4, 3. If we had one here, let's say we had one right here. Let's say we had one right here. That would be 5, 2. X would be 5, Y would be 2. Okay? Now, we also have negative. Okay, so this way would be positive. This way would be negative. So if we had a dot right here, it would be -1 for X and +1 for Y. If we had one here, it would be -4 for X, +1 for Y. So in a 3D space, we actually have all 4 directions. X positive, X negative, Y positive, Y negative. This Y negative would be like if it was below ground. Kinda, you know, you could kinda think of it in that way. And then positive X would be like to your right. Negative X would be like to your left. Positive Y is just up. Okay? That's tough stuff, so don't try and get it in 5 minutes. You might have to come back and watch this a few times. And still, this center point, that's still 0, 0. 0, 0 is your starting point. Okay, so then in a 3D space, we also have like a dimension that goes back, like 3D space. You know, we're looking at something, but there's a depth to it. It goes back, depth. Right? That would be a Z. So now we have X, Y, and Z. Okay? So this point here is still 0, 0, 0. And then on Z, we have -1, -2, -3, -4. Going back is minus. Going forward is positive. Okay? So I found this picture out on the web. This one's pretty good. So you can see X positive, X minus, Y positive, Y negative. And then Z positive is going forward. Z negative is going backwards. Okay? So that type of thing may take a while to understand, but I just wanted to bring it up since we were doing some 3D videos. Okay, so When we create a 3D object, we're working with that here. They just don't show us that. That's basically what we're looking at here. See, like when we go behind the canvas, that's like a minus Z. When we bring it forward, that's like a positive Z, right? This here, like this blue line, that would be like our canvas. If we go behind the canvas, it's a minus Z. If we're in front of the canvas, it's a positive Z. Okay? Okay, one more thing. I think, in case you get into Photoshop, I think Photoshop is kind of odd. They make this top corner up here. This top left corner, that is 0, 0. I had a year of Photoshop back in the 90s. And from what I can remember, they're kind of odd, and they make this top corner 0, 0. Maybe it's changed since then, but you can see normally this is how it works in a 3D space. Like if you get into other 3D art programs, this stuff is used a lot, and this is probably the hardest thing to grasp when you start working in a 3D world. Just Z is front to back. That's all. You know. X is left and right. Y is up and down. Z is front to back. Okay, so I think we'll call her a day. See ya. Bye.